Topology mapping. That's what we're taking a look at today, and I've been wanting to try out a topology mapping scanner for a while now. I mean, most of them are in the $800, $900, $1,000 range, but this one's less than half that. So I've been really excited to try it out. And this one's from GearWrench. I've been pretty happy with their hand tools. I haven't had anything electronic from them yet, so pretty interested to see how this thing turns out. It's diagnostics that break all the rules. It has all the standard stuff you would expect from a scan tool, full OE level diagnostics it claims, and 38 reset functions. That's nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box. Comes in a nice case here. Got some instructions, and let's see, the tablet's down here. Real quick, we'll take a look and see what we have up here. Here you have your wireless dongle. That's nice. Oh, and that's cool. It even comes with a wall wart. A lot of these things don't have their own wall wart, but this one does. That's nice. And of course, a USB cable for charging. And that's it. That's all it has inside the case here. I'm just taking a quick look at the box here to see if it says it does diagnostics over IP anywhere, because it doesn't come with a network adapter, so I guess it doesn't. Yeah, nothing about the protocols it supports on the box, unfortunately. But none of my cars need any of that, so we won't worry about that right now. Nice little orange thing with rubber bumpers on it. And oh yeah, that's nice. It has a little stand on the back side of it. That's handy for when you set it up on the steering wheel like that. Let's go ahead and power this thing on. Well, this thing was shipped with no charge, so I'm gonna have to charge it up before we can take a look at it. So I know this is kind of hard to see with all these reflections like this, and I'm trying to find an angle that doesn't have that, but with these black backgrounds, that's kind of impossible, so sorry about that, just bear with me. But yeah, this thing is showing that we have to sign in and create an account, register a device, all the other BS. And I'm gonna return this thing just based on that, because go look at my previous video. There are options for scan tools that don't require that crap. But yeah, fortunately there's a little trial button up here, so we're gonna use the trial version and hopefully get everything done that we need to do. And we have 7 trials to check everything out with, so let's get to it. If you guys want to take a look at the special functions real quick, we can just scroll through here and see everything that it can do. It does everything that all the other scan tools I've been testing do. This is actually a pretty good set of special functions and resets, whatnot, for this price point. Like I was saying earlier, this thing is, pretty good value. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit the auto scan, see what it does. Upgrading firmware, okay, cool. It identified my Land Rover here, and the Land Rover is a good thing to test these scan tools on because it just has so many dang modules, and hopefully it finds all of those in the topology scan. That's what I'm really looking for. So let's do the automatic scan. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at this. This is really kind of cool. You can see it going through and scanning each one of the modules. That's pretty neat, actually. So it found 59 DTCs. I'm not surprised, this thing is a little sick right now, so the alternator went out on it, and the electrical issues are going to cause all sorts of problems, right? But yeah, this view is kind of tiny here. Can we pinch to zoom? Yeah, we can pinch to zoom, so that's nice. It's broken out the topology to powertrain, engine, BRAC. That's interesting. Comfort and others. I don't know how good of a physical representation this is because this thing doesn't actually have that many different buses. For what I understand, it has 4 buses. I also don't know what all of these acronyms are. Let's take a look at the list. Oh, here we go. The list will tell you what the acronyms are. And it found 23 modules, which is correct for this car. I think maybe the 36 means there was 36 that it was looking for. And that's kind of interesting because all the other scan tools I have were looking for 28 on this guy. But anyway, let's maybe just click on one of these guys. Shows you the DTCs. We can click diagnose, see what happened. Okay, and then that takes you into that actual module to take a look at the trouble codes and whatnot. And yeah, there you go, generator circuit control. I know the alternator's out on this thing, so there you go. I don't really want to start the car, but we can take a look at live data and just see what it has. 258 things for live data. That sounds about right. Just give a quick scroll through here. You can see everything that it has for live data. And this is going to be live data specific to the PCM. Each module is going to have their own data sets you can track. And we can just take a look real quick and see, what they look like. Go to record. Okay, I guess as soon as you hit record, it gives you this display and it starts saving. A lot of other scan tools, you can look at it without recording, but, there you go. Oh, yeah, we can change it from list to column to graph to 2D graph. Oh, yeah, okay, I see that. That just puts everything on the same chart there. Okay, all right. Well, that's all very normal stuff. Looks pretty good. Don't have any issue with any of that. We don't need to save it. Okay, well, how do we back out of this now? Data recording, currently I have to press again to stop data recording. Yeah, stop data recording. What the hell? How do you get out of this? Cancel. We don't need to save it. Continue. Pause. Okay, this is weird. This is a weird little bug. I don't like that. Just close the dang diagnostic thing. That's irritating. Get back into it. I don't know. You guys tell me. Was that some sort of bug? You can't exit out of the live data? Or am I just being dumb? Oh no. Okay, we got 6 trials remaining, so we better get what we need tested. Go back into this auto scan. Okay, zoom back down in here again. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I don't know how good of a physical representation this really is of like where the modules sit in the bus, because I know that the instrument cluster and the BCM on this car both act as gateways between the different buses. So yeah, if you were trying to troubleshoot like an actual CAN issue, I don't know how helpful this would be. But it is interesting to look at, and I like how you can see, you know, clearly each module, like how many codes each module has. It takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out like, okay, well this code goes where, and it also might help you better correlate like how codes interact. Yeah, interesting stuff. We can take a quick look at the DTC report just to see how it is. Yeah, this looks like a pretty standard DTC report. Good to have that sort of thing too. All right, well, I'm going to back out of this and we're going to go try it on another vehicle that is a little bit difficult to work with. So let's go do that. All right, so I like to use my Fiat here for doing a lot of these scan tool tests because since it's part Mazda, part Fiat, it kind of confuses a lot of these guys. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. The automatic scan on this pulled up Ford, Mazda, and Fiat. It might be kind of interesting to see how the topology mapping works on this guy, because it is, the powertrain is Fiat, but all the other stuff, body control module and everything, is actually Mazda. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and select Fiat and see what it does. Okay, it correctly identified the car. We'll do automatic scan. Okay, so it did seem to find the modules. Now, I don't know if I forgot to point it out earlier, but modules that are grayed out basically mean they're not equipped. But it found 14 modules and no problem. Of course, there's no TCM because this is a manual transmission. Proper. Just taking a quick look to see what you can do in here. Went into the body control module and I don't know. Let's just take a look at seeing what some of these things are. Now let's go back. Let's get out of this. Well, this all looks pretty normal. Take a look at the PCM. We'll go into that and take a look at some of the actuator tests we have. That's good. We can like turn on the after run pump and cycle all the relays and fuel injectors and the multi-air solenoids and the ignition coils. Yeah, okay. Wastegate. Yeah, that's all really great stuff. And I kind of don't want to like click on the live data because we have that weird issue on the other thing, but you know, just take a look and see what they have in here. And you can see the values update too on the fly, so you don't actually have to select them and go graph them. Yeah, there you go. They're all like populating as I scroll through. Yeah, it's all very good standard stuff. Back out of that again. And it's interesting, this one breaks it out into power, body, chassis, and unit. What is ETM? A telematic module. Okay. And I'm just curious if it has the radio frequency module in here somewhere. The radio frequency hub. Okay, it does have that. You know, this thing has had a problem ever since it had a very minor accident of it not reading the key fob correctly. I think one of the sensors in the doors or something was damaged, but I don't think there's any way to actually see that specifically in here. But yeah, you know, all useful stuff, I suppose. This is one of the things that I've always thought was kind of strange, though, is that it isn't working correctly. And I know it's going to be like a radio frequency hub or sensors related to the radio frequency hub, and there's just never any codes for that. Well, let's go back. Yeah, I want to exit, go back. Let's go in here and do the scan again, because I thought it was interesting that it pulled up with Mazda as an option. I think we'll take a look and see what it shows as the Mazda stuff. And I'll also point out that the scan takes a long time on this car. On the Land Rover, it was almost instantaneous, but for the Fiat, it's kind of taking a minute. All right, now that we're back in here again, let's take a look at Mazda and see if it shows anything different in there. Probably not actually going to do anything. It's probably going to say it can't find the vehicle. Yeah, it's just sitting there spinning its wheels for a really long time. The equipment cannot communicate with the car. Okay, we'll go back into the Fiat just real quick, just take another quick look. It does go through the scanning process really nice and fast though, so that's good. So yeah, you know, I'd say I'm actually pretty impressed that it was able to do a topology scan on the Fiat here. So yeah, good job. Okay, one more car to try it out in. I'm going to try it out in the 4C here. And let's go ahead and do it. Yep, identified the Alfa Romeo, identified the car correctly, do the automatic scan, see what she finds. Yeah, so this car is actually not complex at all. You know, despite being somewhat exotic, it's just a really simple car, actually. Not a whole lot of modules to look at. We have an error in the TPM. System deactivated, huh? Well, that's interesting. These tires don't have tire sensors in them, so it's kind of funny that it's showing as deactivated. I don't know if it's because I don't actually have the car like turned on or what, but these wheels don't have tire pressure sensors in them anyway, so you know, whatever. Just curious what it says for the DTC, if there's any other information. Nah, there's no other information in there. That's fine. But yeah, that's cool. We can take a quick look at the ECM, I guess, just to see what's in there. Take a look at our special functions. Yeah, and it has the oil change. You know, this thing has a kind of a complicated oil reset procedure if you don't have a scan tool that'll do it, and it's a good thing that this thing does that. So go back real quick, and I think I want to look at the TCM. Just want to verify that it has, like, you know, specific functions in here for the TCM. Yeah, that's really good. It has the electro pump replacement and the oil accumulator replacement. Those are all procedures you got to have for these cars. The clutch replacement procedures, okay, sweet. And you can command the pump on too. Yeah, these are all things that, you know, 4C technicians got to have to diagnose these cars. Go into the BCM just real quick, see what's there. Yeah, looks like it has all pretty standard stuff in there. Let's see what it has for live data. Seems like it's all pretty standard stuff. Oh, you know what? I didn't check the live data for the PCM, did I? Or sorry, ECM. Yeah, take a look at the live data. 149 options. We can just take a quick scroll through here. It has your Spark Advance and all this good stuff. Yep. Okay, all looks like pretty standard stuff. This is good. All right, well, you know, I would say I am relatively impressed with this little thing, especially for the price point. Like I was saying earlier, this thing is half the cost, or maybe even less than half the cost of other Topology scanning tools. And I really don't like the fact that you have to sign in and create an account and all that BS. But until my favorite scan tools like MooCar or ThinkCar come out with a Topology scanner, you know, I guess this is going to be your best option. Certainly as far as affordability goes. And, you know, it looks pretty good too. It's a nice little unit. But yeah, well, let me know what you guys think. There'll be a link for it down in the description below if you decide you want to get one for yourself. Bye. Thanks for watching.